5 months ago, I embarked on the amazing Meraviglia-Plus Class Ship by MSC Virtuosa. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a full classic MSC Virtuosa review. So I embarked on the MSC Virtuosa in June this year on a 12-night sailing to the Canary Islands in Spain, and I stayed in a Yacht Club deluxe suite. So in this video I'll be reviewing about Yacht Club and about what the benefits are and how the full ship was as we travelled on this voyage. The MSC Virtuosa is a Meraviglia-Plus Class ship and weighs a whopping 180 gross tonnes and can fit 6,300 people in at maximum capacity. So that is quite a big ship. I went on Anthem of the Seas in June of 2022, which did about just over 3,000 people on, and it was a big ship, but this time being on like a ship that's 2 times the size, I was wowed. So let's start off with Embarkation. Embarkation went really smooth. MSC go from the City Cruise Terminal and Horizon Cruise Terminal. I went on Virtuosa, which usually goes from the Horizon Cruise Terminal, and because we're a yacht club we checked in, we gave the certain person our bags, and then this is 2 things that happened. So the yacht club ambassador, who is like works with the port, took us in and we went through security and put all our stuff through, and then we got taken to a separate area and we sat down. And because we needed to complete check-in, someone came over with an iPad. They scanned our passports to check through all of our information, while the Yacht Club ambassador came round and gave us a drink, like of Prosecco or the drink that we wanted. And we sat there for about 10 minutes. So in total, Embarkation took about 18 minutes, which is quite good, like saying about how we sat down. And then when the Yacht Club butler came through, they took us onto the ship, priority through the walkway. And that's just like my favourite part of the cruise, getting on the cruise, because you know your holiday's about to start. So when we got on the ship it was all smooth. We got taken up to the Yacht Club lounge. They gave us an explanation about what Yacht Club does basically. And then at 1 PM an announcement came over the tannoy around all areas of the ship and said that staterooms were ready. So at the time we were having our welcome aboard lunch, which is complimentary in the Yacht Club restaurant on Embarkation Day. So we went up and had that. I had this amazing tomato and basil pasta, and at this point I was getting upset because of how like overwhelmed I was because of how amazing it was so far. And when the announcement came over on the tannoy, because we were so excited to see our room, we rushed through lunch a bit, and then we went down to our cabin. And when we got in our cabin, we were wowed. I have a full room tour, so if you want to check that, it's up here or down below. I'll link it down below. We stayed on the 14th floor, so it was the first floor of Yacht Club, and you have your own separate bit where you scan your key card, the door opens, and then you walk down the corridor. It's all private, all part of your Yacht Club experience. The room was lovely. We didn't want to go too expensive and go all the way out. I'm saying it like we didn't pay much for it. I will reveal the price at the end. Got the deluxe suite, which is like the second best. So it's like MSC Yacht Club has an MSC Yacht Club inside cabin, there's the deluxe suite, there's the duplex suite, and there's the royal suite. We had the deluxe suite, and it had a super king size bed and a double sofa bed and a large balcony. So that was the cabin we chose, and it was absolutely amazing. It had a massive bathroom with a walk-in shower. It was absolutely amazing, and getting on was Embarkation. I give that a 10 out of 10 because it was just absolutely amazing. And around the whole time, our embarkation time was 12, but with Yacht Club you can get there around half an hour before. So we got there at 11:30. We got a taxi from the Leonardo Hotel, which was a lovely hotel, and it was just lovely. So Embarkation is a 10 out of 10 from me. So the next part of my review is the emergency safety drill. So obviously, after COVID, they didn't want everyone gathering in a massive space for something that you do called the muster drill. So it is basically part of safety of life at sea, which is what everyone has to do within 24 hours of like the ship departing. But after the Costa Concordia accident, which happened about 12 years ago now, yeah, in 2012, a muster drill been completed, and that's how the ship got led off to basically almost sinking. So what we did was, this is very different. So when I went with Royal Caribbean, they had the video on the app, and then you go to emergency station and scan in. But with MSC, they've decided to do things differently. I don't know why, but this is what we call muster 2.5. So we went back to our cabin. An announcement came over the tannoy in the corridors at first, saying that in 15 minutes there'd be a compulsory emergency demonstration, but they didn't say anything about like going back to your cabin at the time. But then about 5 minutes later, they gave us a 15-minute, 10-minute and 5-minute warning. So at the 10-minute mark, an announcement came through in the cabin saying the compulsory emergency drill will be happening in 10 minutes. Please make your way back to your cabin. And at this point, we're like, oh, so the drill's going to happen in the cabin, like something's going to come on the TV. So when it got to the 5-minute one, they said change your TV to channel 1 so you can watch the safety video. So it came up on the TV, and then after that, I think it was 3 p.m, like, what happened at 3 p.m. was the captain signed the emergency signal, then the video started at 3:05, and then we had to dial a number in the phone, and then we had to wait for a bit to make sure everyone had called the number, and then the cruise director made an announcement saying, can all guests on these certain decks now head down to your emergency station? So our emergency station was the theatre on deck 6, I could be wrong, it was deck 6 I think. So this is the part which I found really annoying, and it got overcrowded. So when the captain made that announcement, we had to go out and basically all go down the stairs at the same time. So we were all rushing down the stairs, there was tons of people, it was rammed. 6,000 guests going down at once is not fun, but we had a 45-minute time period to get down before the ending signal of the drill. And we got down there, we scanned our cards, it was absolute mayhem, there was so many people, all the lists were blocked, so you couldn't use lists, obviously because they were trying to like demonstrate what it'd be like in an actual emergency. So we walked back up, and then I think about 35 minutes later the end signal sounded, so that was so much better, knowing that the ship would now be free, and they announced there'd be a sail away party. So for that, I'd give the muster drill probably about 5 out of 10, because it just needs perking up. Because I know if you do a multi-embarking cruise, they do it like they do on Royal Caribbean, but with this way on MSC, it's just not easier. Because do you know what? It's really not fun. I almost got rammed down the stairs. Like, everyone was rushing so fast, I almost fell forward on the stairs. It was so annoying. So MSC, please change that. The next thing I give is Speciality Restaurant and Yacht Club Restaurant Dining. So at the night time, I think there's 3 speciality restaurants. There's the Indochine, there's the Butcher's Cut, and there's the sushi restaurant. So we tried all 3 of the speciality restaurants. They were absolutely amazing, except from the teppanyaki one. I did get a bit of food poisoning from that, which was devastating, but it was still a fun experience. The Indochine was absolutely amazing, the service was so good, it was absolutely amazing, and the food was gorgeous. The service was a 10 out of 10, but my favourite restaurant was the Butcher's Cut, because it was just so lovely. The food was so nice, it was all fresh, you could see it all being cooked in front of you, and it was just a lovely dining experience. There was a woman off of the MSC Virtuosa Facebook group who knew me from there. She said hi, and she said she loved my videos. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And it was just so lovely to meet so many people on there that like had the same thoughts, and it was so lovely. And the restaurants were nice. The Yacht Club restaurant was really nice. All of the servers in there was so lovely, were just so kind. They benefit anything to your needs, which was absolutely amazing, and I was so happy about that. And the same dishes were on every night, but then they'd have like a different main menu, and it was just so nice to like sit peacefully and watch out the front. I can't remember. Yeah, Yacht Club was at the front of the ship, I think. Or no, it was at the back. No, it was definitely at the front of the ship, Yacht Club. Yeah, it was, because like they had the top deck at the front, which was absolutely amazing. It was so nice. So that would be a 10 out of 10 for all the speciality and main restaurant dining. Moving on, I've heard that MSC is a very controversial cruise line, and there's lots of things that people say is wrong with it, but it's different varying on what ship you go on. So I went on one that came out just after COVID, which was in 2021. So next, moving on, is the Yacht Club experience. So there's 4 different types of experience you can get on an MSC ship. So there's standard, which is just where you can get like an inside, outside or balcony cabin. Then there's Bella, there's Fantastica, and there's Aurea, which are the three main like things. So Aurea, you get your own sun deck and stuff, but then we chose to go in Yacht Club because we wanted to go all out because we hadn't had a holiday in 2 years. Yacht Club, it was absolutely amazing. We had 2 butlers for our cabin. The butlers were absolutely amazing. They did anything to your needs. They'd get you anything you needed, and they were always on command, and they'd get you what you need if you rang them on the number. And they had their own lounge where you could get snacks, free drinks. They had all sorts of entertainment on the night. They had some singers. They had an amazing Scottish singer called Angie. She was absolutely amazing. And the lounge was just so nice and calming. Yacht Club was just such a nice experience because the cabin was nice. It was done twice every day. There was a mini fridge. It was restocked daily. And whenever you needed assistance around the ship, they'd get to you. And when you'd go to the speciality restaurants as well, what you'd do is you'd ring your butler would take you down to the restaurant, sign you in, get you sat at a table that's privately like a special for you. And that's what happened with the theatre shows as well. So all theatre shows, if you're in a Yacht Club, are complimentary, and I think it could be the same for the carousel shows, but I didn't see any of the carousel shows. And as well, a good part of Yacht Club is that they had an upstairs sun deck. They had a private lift for Yacht Club, and as well, I still have my Yacht Club wristband here. So with the Yacht Club wristband, you'd get this wristband, and what had happened is you could scan it on the doors, and they'd open for you. And as well, there's one thing I like is the service on the lift. So you'd scan this on the buttons of the lift, then you'd choose your floor, and a lift would come especially for you, and it wouldn't stop when taking you to the deck you wanted to get out of. So say, I've heard a lot of like controversy between the duplex suites on board MSC Virtuosa because they're not in the Yacht Club area, they're on like decks 9 and 12. So this does help a lot if you are in a duplex suite because you can get the private lift service just like you would on Yacht Club floors. So if that makes sense, it's really nice. And having the restaurant as well, which you can use at all times of the day, so breakfast, lunch and dinner. And it was just so nice, like just taking your time and having a nice time between everyone and meeting new people as well. And it was absolutely amazing. So with that, I would rate Yacht Club a definite 10 out of. Next, moving on to entertainment. So entertainment is a big part of MSC ships as they have a theatre, and this is especially for Meraviglia-Plus Class ships, except from MSC Euribia. At the back they had something called the Carousel Lounge, which was also a production theatre for the Carousel company. And they did all shows in there, and they did shows in the theatre as well. But there's something that's like really upsetting about it in the theatre compared to Anthem of the Seas. On Anthem of the Seas we saw I think it was a 75-minute show of We Will Rock You, but then because they do 3 shows a night and not 2 shows on MSC, they're all limited to 30 minutes, so they were a bit disappointing as they were doing stuff in different languages as well. It's quite like, it's just underwhelming and like disappointing. But they had many people on in the Yacht Club as well, like playing music and stuff and doing stuff around the ship, and there was lots of dancing going on. So I'd give entertainment an 8 out of 10 because it was nice, but it just wasn't up to the standards we'd expect. And one final note, if you are going on MSC cruises, make sure to do Aurea or Yacht Club so you can just have them exclusive things toward you just to enhance your cruise a little. It is very nice, and I'm very lucky to go on cruises like this. So with an MSC 12-night cruise like that, you are looking at around, well, I remember I think it was £2,997 a person. So that came out, obviously it's going to be expensive. And that is in a deluxe suite. But if you are a couple looking to go, they do Yacht Club inside suites. So if that would benefit you more and you'd be in like the Yacht Club open areas, that'd be an amazing choice for you. So there was a lot towards MSC, and I would give MSC a 10 out of 10. They are an amazing cruise line. They are given towards like families and stuff. They have a lot of kids activities on board, and I definitely would recommend, if you do go with MSC, go in Aurea or Yacht Club. And it would be nice just to have like that separate space. And there's one thing I'd like to mention as well with food. in like the main buffet and stuff, which we went to quite regularly because we quite enjoyed the food in there, a lot of the food wasn't hot, which is nothing towards that. It's probably because we just went late in the day, but some of the passengers in the standard cabins were really, really rude towards us in the buffet, pushing in queues, being really rude, and that's something you don't look, because you're on holiday, you just want to be in like a nice, calm, relaxing environment. So that was a bit of a downgrade for it, but it was still a really, really joyous experience, as MSC is a gorgeous ship, and we are looking to go on another cruise next year, so it'll be really nice to go with MSC again. But we are looking to go with Norwegian Cruise Line next year on the Norwegian Prima, so that'll be an amazing experience if we do get to do that. With MSC and the Virtuosa, I would give the cruise a 10 out of 10. I would give the experience 10 out of 10, and I would give Yacht Club 10 out of 10. So 30 out of 30 basically. So yeah, if you're looking to go with MSC, please make sure you use this review as like reasons why and reasons why not, but I don't want to try and be on the negative side. I want to be on more on the positive side. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you all later for a brand new video very, very soon. Bye.